I'm just sort of sorting through that, seeing how that goes. But yeah, that's going okay.
Oh, so it's the like same job that you were doing, or did you
No,
like change?
different job. So I've left that role now in the sales role because it was a bit like running a franchise, but it's a bit too difficult to be honest. There's too much isolation as well because it's all working from home. I wasn't really it wasn't really working for me, so I'm applying for a different job at the moment. It's a bit more outbound and being a bit surrounded by a bit more people, which is good. So yeah, just been sorting through that.
No. So I think like you used. How about how about you apply for content writing or something like that in your free time?
No, so it's more of a
Because I
temp
think
role.
you
So
may be
it's
able to write for like.
yeah. So I mean, it's more of a temp role, but I mean, anyway,
Yeah,
we're
go
not
on.
here
Go
to
on.
discuss work. I don't want to talk about work. Let's talk about fantasy football. Talk about fantasy football.
No, I just yeah. I don't know. I just getting to like
Just catching up. I know. But yeah, I mean,
how
how
are
did
you
your
doing?
team do?
Just getting to. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Don't worry.
Sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry. So, I think there's a bit
Sorry.
of a
Did
lag.
you say something? Yeah. Okay.
I think there's a bit of a lag.
Oh.
It's all right. But yeah, how did your team do this week?
It did pretty okay. The game week second, I think it was the second or third game week, or fourth. I don't know. It didn't do well
Yeah.
in that game week, so I'm a bit lagging, a bit behind.
Yeah.
And my team is falling apart. So I think Bamford. I don't know whether he will return or not for this
Yeah.
game week.
Can you shake the screen?
Luka Dean is not performing well. So yeah, just wait a second. Uh, share screen. Where's the share screen, man? Du-du-du-du. How's your team doing?
My team did well this week. It had a bit of a dip last week because I took a -8 hit, and I think last week I did okay last week, but the -8 hit brought me down below the average. But this week it made up for it because I did very well this week because of Sarr. I brought in Sarr, and obviously I kept Tony. Tony did pretty well as well, and then obviously Salah captain as well. So my team did really well this week. I got 84 points. But next week,
that's
next
cool,
week,
that's cool.
yeah, this week coming up is a bit of a challenge because I've not got Ronaldo. So that's something I was going to suggest we talk about as well. Is which players to have in your team out of the three premiums. Salah, Lukaku, and Ronaldo. Should you have all three, or should you just have two of them?
Well, I would love to have three of them,
Yeah.
but but I don't know how to manage it. Maybe like this time three is possible because of Sarr. I can remove Pogba.
Yeah.
If that's the case, and like have Ronaldo, Lukaku, and Salah.
Yeah, I mean, if you can fit all three of them in, I think it would be a good alternative or a good way of covering all the bases. But it just leaves the rest of the team so weak. Like having Alexander-Arnold as well, I'm struggling to get in, and I've got Grealish as well, so I'm struggling to get in all the premiums. But I mean, I'm going without Ronaldo for now. Basically, I went with Lukaku instead of Ronaldo because I'm going to captain Lukaku a lot over the next few weeks. So I thought may as well go with him over Ronaldo because I'm not going to captain Ronaldo as much over the next few weeks. But I've got Pogba there as coverage. I've got Pogba in case United score lots of goals. At least Pogba will get some of the goals, some of the points at least. But for the Christmas period, I'm definitely bringing in Ronaldo. I mean, if you look at the Christmas fixtures, they're ridiculously good. and then Ronaldo will probably play every game. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, I was also thinking about Chelsea and Rudiger. Rudiger's a really good pick at the moment because he's
I know. I want to get Rudiger, but I don't know what to do, man. I've already made the transfers, to make to fit in Bamford, and now he's injured. I'm like,
I would be patient with Bamford. Be patient with Bamford because it may just be a small injury. It may not be he may still play. So be patient with Bamford. You've still got a good team there. You've got to decide on your captain between Ronaldo and Salah. And then with your defense, the only one I'd say looks a bit weaker is probably Marcel. But then again, Wolves have got good
fixtures.
Good fixtures.
For some weeks.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. It's pretty good. Leeds we cannot count. That's pretty good, but you can share this. So I've already done my transfers for this week. Just so that Bamford price didn't rise. But again, these things happen. So this Christmas I'm pretty much set for this week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, team looks pretty good. So, I'd say maybe just be patient with the last week because it might teams might bounce back this week, and if not, you've always got your wild card if you're desperate.
Yeah. What's your team value?
My team at the moment, I can't share my screen, but my team at the moment is 1 second. Sanchez in goal, Shaw, James, and Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
Pogba, Benrahma, Salah, Sarr, and Grealish. And then up front, I've got Lukaku and Bamford.
Oh, so how's Grealish going for you? I think Pep is really trusting Grealish a lot.
Yeah,
right? So this is a good sign.
Yeah, that's the reason I've kept him. I feel like he's a bit. I think it's in his contracts that he has to play a certain amount of minutes. So he's more likely to start more often than not. And when he does start, he was the best player last game. So I'd have no doubts that he'll do well. So yeah, I mean, I'm confident that he'll do well. So I'm just keeping hold of him for now. And after that, he's got some decent fixtures. He's got Burnley, Brighton, Crystal Palace, the United Derby, Everton, West Ham, Aston Villa. So he's got some good fixtures coming up as well. So from game week 8 onwards, for me, game week 6 is probably the toughest fixture for me. And then after that, it's a bit more uphill for me for fixture-wise.
Yeah. So the inclusion, of Ronaldo in the Premier League is one of the best. I finally get to keep Ronaldo.
Yeah. No, he is one of the best. I mean, it's really tricky because I'm so torn between whether to keep Lukaku or get Ronaldo in. But I've gone with Lukaku, but it's difficult, man. He's such a good player. But yeah, I mean,
Lukaku is doing well as well. But to be honest, right? To be fair, Lukaku is doing pretty well.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. He's got some decent fixtures coming up, so I'm hoping he'll perform well in those. Mainly looking for Norwich, Newcastle, Burnley. Those 3 should be really good fixtures for him. You could definitely get a hat trick in any of those 3. So that's definitely what I'm looking for. So yeah, I think people are going to want to get Lukaku in at some point, and then people are going to struggle to get Lukaku, Ronaldo, and Salah. If you can get Pogba, who's pretty cheap, you can get some Man United coverage, but not have to have Ronaldo. The only difficulty is that if people captain Ronaldo and he hauls big, you're screwed. So that's the only downside. It's a bit risky, but yeah, I'm hoping it should be okay.
So I think this is how I would flip Lukaku if I wanted to, right?
Yeah.
This is 1 in here, and probably go for Saw, and then Dennis. Sorry, 6.1. And then
Yeah.
tennis probably. But I don't know. I don't know whether I'll do this or not because like, too many. If I play wild card,
Yeah.
then most probably something like this would happen.
Yeah. I think still a very good team. You've got some good variety then. Having Lukaku and Ronaldo is just like, it makes your captain options see so much easier. And Hans Salah as well. Like, having those three is just a very, it's just a good bread and butter for your team. And you can work with the budget options as well.
So what do you say about Alexander Arnold? Like, when will he be back?
He should be back this week coming. And what I said was it's just difficult fitting in him as well because he's also a premium defender. It's difficult fitting him in as well as those other three premiums. But to me, he's one of the most essential players in the game. I think at the start of the season, I wasn't that high on him, but now I'm thinking he's reliving his old form, which means that he's definitely a player you want to keep in your team. So I would definitely keep hold of him.
And what do you think about Dallas? It's not been so good this season,
Dallas,
right? Like the player wise, it's not been like really moving around that much.
Yeah, I think with Dallas, he's in that budget option, that 5.5 to 6 million, which is a good thing because eventually there is a few players who have emerged at that price bracket who I would just jump on straight away. Who, like for example, Crystal Palace. I think that Conor Gallagher, he's one of those players who could be the emerging budget option. Like last season it was Gundogan. In seasons before it was Mahrez. So I would just keep an eye out. I would not just keep an eye out for the budget options and see which ones look like the most threatening and getting forward, and I would trade him eventually to them. Probably Gallagher.
Okay. So, like another budget defender that I'd like to talk about is Duffy. Duffy is very good. Another budget defender that I like to talk about Duffy.
Duffy, yes, Shane Duffy.
He's been good for this season, so I think I was pretty confused whether to get Livramento or Duffy. So, but I went with Livramento. It's okay.
I think so. Yeah, I think Livramento is a better option because you've already got. Have you got Sanchez in net?
Sanchez, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't want to have double Brighton defense. So unless you change your goalkeeper, I wouldn't bother with Duffy, or unless you want to double up on the defense. But to me, that's not a good move. So I think it's good to do what it is to have the momentum instead.
So what do you think about Ben Ramadan? When is the right time to like? At some point, we must be selling him, right?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I was thinking of selling him this week, but then he went and got a goal. So I was like,
yeah, exactly.
I think I would keep him for now because Antonio is coming back, which means that West Ham will continue to get goals. Which means that Ben Rama will probably be involved. So I would keep him for now. I think that he seems like one of those players who could just kind of tick along the season. So there's no reason to get rid of him for now, I don't think.
And finally, what do you think about Brownhill? He's been pretty much in many of the teams. So do you think it is he's a better replacement option like Bissouma or the other one? Or?
Yeah, there's definitely better options. I would say maybe Rupp or Gilmore or Bissouma or even MacArthur. I'd say that they're all better options than Brownhill because he's not been starting Brownhill. But it's not a priority transfer because you're not going to be playing those players anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much about them.
So, this is not this, but where is it? Yeah, this is pretty much my team for now, for this week, game week. And how much would you rate this team?
How would I rate it?
Oh, on a scale of 10. On a scale of 10.
I would say...
this game week.
Okay, let me have a look. So you've got Salah, Ronaldo, Pogba.
Yeah.
I'd say it's somewhere either a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah.
I say an 8 out of 10.
Okay, the pro rates 8 out of 10.
That's it, yeah.
So, like, yeah. So, like the final one question. Let's know about FPL. What do you think about Messi in PSG?
See, I've not been
It's been
following him too much. I've not been following him too much, to be honest.
yeah,
But I saw a what's it called, a video saying he was angry at Pochettino for substituting him.
yeah.
And I think that it will take some time for Messi to adjust to PSG because he's not the talisman there like he was at Barcelona, and Pochettino is not the type of manager who likes big egos. So if Messi isn't a team player, then he's not going to gel well with the rest of the team. So I think it's going to take some time for him to adjust. He wants to prove that he can do what Ronaldo's doing, which is move and play in different leagues and be successful.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think it will work as well for him. I think it will take some time for him to adjust, basically.
Yeah, the last game he played pretty well. Actually, he's been playing pretty well, to be quite honest. But just it's been a bit unlucky for the team. The whole League One is like pretty boring. Like that was like, what happened? Oh yeah, the League One is like pretty boring. I just saw it for Messi for some time, but yeah, I don't know how they're gonna win the Champions League, but. They look pretty strong for a FIFA team, but yeah, man. In real world, like you have to like play well, gel well together. Do you think like Pochettino is like making a mistake, by not letting like Messi play?
Yeah. Sorry, the connection is pretty poor. It's gotten better now, but yeah, no, I hear what you mean. I've not really seen him play, so you might be.
Sorry. I think we lost connection. So that is quite pretty much it. Pretty much it and pretty much. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, sorry.
Can you hear me?
Call it that. The internet's not very good.
Hello. You getting it? What's the noise on?
Yeah, so we might have to call it there because the internet's not very good.
Oh, okay. So, should we end here or somewhat more?
Yeah, I guess if we end here and then we can always come back to next week because we missed 1 week, so it's just easing back into it. And, so we'll get back to it next week. Cool, man. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for coming in. It's always a pleasure for you.
Cheers, man. Take care.
Cheers. Okay, thank you. Oh, so that is it, guys, for today. Whatever tips we have, it's absolutely for you. And thank you very much. Let's go.